Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this moment, we are group 2. We will discuss or we will explain you about digital literacy for civil servant as a prime movers in promoting transformation of public services and governance. This topic is divided to 5 subtopics and each subtopic will be explained by each of our member.
Hello, my name is Visma Rizky Putri. I will presentation about digital transformation.
Entering this digital era, we all need new innovation in public service. Public service can be realized to the solution to intensive and massive use digital technology support. Digital public service are solution to change conventional public service, which are notoriously slow and wasteful. On the government side, the bureaucracy also has to adapt to this challenge. The public service provided are no longer business as usual, but innovation leaps are needed. Smart ASN is needed by providing digital-based public service. Process change, which are technological change with the 4.0 revolution. We have a lot of technology to create more competitive government governance with big data and analytics, IoT, and cyber-physical system. Digital transformation in public service must be followed by a change in mindset. With technology, there are a number of principles that we must adhere to. Namely, wherever possible, what can be taken over by technology should no longer be done manually because if something can use technology, it is usually faster, better, and cheaper.
Now we continue to the second subtopic, and the subtopic is about why it needs digitally literate civil servant, and it will be explained by me, Davel Bagaskara. First of all, we have to know and we have to remember that digital transformation of public services is quickly implemented in the current era, especially after a change in the work system for civil servant by implementing the working from home when the spread of COVID-19 is still high. Therefore, every civil servant has to master digital literacy skills to carry out their obligation as a state servant in the middle of a pandemic or even in the future. And then the important thing is we have to know what digital literacy is. Digital literacy is an understanding and mindset of information giver or informant. In this case, informant is civil servant in using media, facilities, and technology infrastructure facilities in distributing accurate and needed information for recipient of information. And in this case, the recipients of information is citizens. And there are three reasons why it needs digitally literate civil servant. The first reason is to create e-government. There have been innovation in technology-based government activities, and it is called as e-government. E-government comes from English, namely electronic government, which means the use of information technology by the government to provide information and services for its citizens, business affairs, and other matters relating to government. There are four benefits if e-government successfully applied. The first one is easy control and reduce cost, and then easy access, and the last one is the improvement of transparency and accountability. The second reason is supports bureaucracy simplification. The simplification of the bureaucracy requires increasing the competence and expertise of civil servants. And if the bureaucracy simplification successfully applied, and it becomes faster, easier, more effective and efficient, and then more professional. The last reason is improved performance. With digital literacy, which makes work completion more effective and efficient, this should be one of the assets for civil servants to improve their performance in providing public services. There are some factors that support the improvements of performance for civil servants. The first one is infrastructure facilities, and then civil servant commitment, and then the last one is non-stop innovation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sahrul Roji. As a Lasar CPNS 2022 participant, batch 73, group 2, I am from Bapenda, Kabupaten Tangerang. Today, I will discuss about the definition of digital literacy and 4 its scopes. They are first, digital skill, digital ethic, digital culture, and digital safety. Okay, next. Okay, first in this slide we can see that to support the realization of digital literacy, the Ministry of Communication and Information or Kominfo launched the National Digital Literacy Program. This program is the result of cooperation between the Ministry of Communication and Information with the Network of Digital Literacy Activists or JAPLID and the National Digital Literacy Movement. The launch of this digital literacy program aims to encourage and help all Indonesian children to be more talented in facing technological changes in the future, so that they can be more capable and responsive to using digital technology. Okay, next I will explain about the definition of digital literacy. The development of technology has led to the formation of digital era that brings change. In this era, digital technology has become part of carrying out daily routines, from how to communicate, interaction through social network, payment transaction, to shopping for daily needs. The millennial generation is considered to be able to build an economy through the digital world in the future. Therefore, good digital literacy skills are needed. So, digital literacy is the ability to access, understand, create, communicate, and evaluate information through to digital technologies that can be applied to economic and social life. Okay, in this slide I will explain about 4 pillars of digital literacy. This program launched 4 frameworks, namely first, digital skill, 2, digital safety, 3, digital ethics, and the last is digital culture. As well as 3 framework is developing program for the 3 component of society, namely first, digital society, 2, digital. Okay, in this slide I will explain about digital skills. Digital skills relating to the ability of individuals to know, understand, and use information communication technology, hardware and software, as well as digital operating system in everyday life. These capabilities include, first, basic knowledge of information search engine, how to use and sorting data, 2, basic knowledge of conversational application and social media, and the last is basic knowledge of digital wallet application. Okay, next, digital safety. Digital safety is the ability to recognize, model, apply, analyze, weigh, increase awareness of personal data protection, and digital security in everyday life. The capabilities are, first, basic knowledge of digital identity and personal data protection on digital platform, 2, basic knowledge of digital fraud, and 3, basic knowledge of digital track record in media like downloading and uploading. Okay, 3, digital ethics. Digital ethics is the ability of individuals to realize, exemplify, adjust, rationalize, consider, and develop the governance of internet ethics or netiquette in everyday life. Digital ethics are knowledge of information containing hoax, hate speech, pornography, bullying, and other negative content. 2. Basic knowledge of interacting, participating, and collaborating in digital space in accordance with the rules of digital ethics and applicable regulation. 3. Basic knowledge of interacting and transaction electronically in digital space in accordance with the applicable regulation. And the last is about information about minor safety or catfishing. Okay, last I will explain about digital culture. Digital culture is the ability to reach, describe, familiarize, examine, and build national insight, the value of Pancasila and Bhinneka Tunggal Ika in everyday life. These capabilities are, first, digitalization of culture through information and communication technology, 2. Cultivating basic knowledge that encourage loving behavior of domestic product and other product activities.
Hello everyone! everyone. Today, I want to explain the implementation 4 types of digital literacy in UPTD Puskesmas Grogol, Kota Cilegon. Presented by me, Astri Nursabila from UPTD Puskesmas Grogol, Kota Cilegon. Before we go into the implementations of digital literacy, we should know what is digital literacy. Digital literacy refers to an individual's ability to find, evaluate, and communicate information through typing and other media on various digital platforms. Digital literacy consists of 4 types, which is digital skills, digital cultures, digital ethics, and digital safety. And now we're going to the first types, that is the implementation of digital skills in Puskesmas Grogol. The first implementation, the civil servant in Puskesmas Grogol have the basic knowledge in order to use smartphone or PC in their daily life or work. The second implementation is the civil servant in Puskesmas Grogol have the ability to operate software and application such as using e-Puskesmas to input the patient medical record and to make a report of the Puskesmas program such as immunization or BIAN using Smiley and ASIC application. And then achievement report of PTM program using ASIC application and achievement report of nutrition using the EPP-BGM application. The third implementation is the civil servant of Puskesmas Grogol has the ability about how to use some of the social media. With the realization about these things is Puskesmas Grogol has the official account of Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube channel. Also has the coordination group and WhatsApp. Okay, now we're going to the second types, which is the implementation of digital cultures in Puskesmas Grogol. The first implementation is using e-presency as an attendance monitor of the servant disciplines. The second, making social media update about Puskesmas service program, such as making e-leaflet to tell publics about the vaccines COVID service. And the third, Puskesmas Grogol has podcasts. The title is Bishik or Bincang Asyik, which is live in Instagram and Facebook to talk about some actual health issues. The podcast aiming to educate public about basic health. Up next, we're going to the third type, that is the implementation of digital ethics in Puskesmas Grogol. The first implementation is using the social media with wise, respect, and using the polite words to make communication. The second, respect to the personal privacy in order to not share people personal information without permission. And the third, not to write something to make provocation to others. And the fourth, not to share hoax, hate speech, and bullying content. The last but not least, we're going to the fourth types, that is the implementation of digital safety in Puskesmas Grogol. The first implementation, not to share personal information in social media such as WhatsApp number, bank accounts, home address, or IP address. The second, be careful to choose application or open the link in order to avoid unwanted things in digital media. The third, to be critical before deciding to download an apps. We should know how to use, what's the benefit, and maybe dangerous things from the apps. And the fourth, to be careful giving content access to the children. Make sure that they have access age-appropriate content.
And 5 digital literacy benefit for civil servant. The first indicator of proficiency in digital culture is how each individual realizes that when entering the digital age, automatically the person has become digital citizen. As an Indonesian, as a digital citizen, each or each of us is part of a compound, multicultural, and democratic state. Digital literacy benefit of contemporary issue analysis, cultural content in everyday life. At this stage, we actually have the capital to produce cultural content in everyday life. Participating in digital literacy in traditional and contemporary art can be done in many ways. One of the most effective ways is to join various traditional and contemporary cultural arts groups and to be part of the local language, word, and conservator group in each area. Every city district in Indonesia usually has the regional cultural center institution. Well, we can participate by joining in network. Admittedly, this is not easy, because not all regional cultural centers have digital media. Then connectedness is not so simple. However, if we are able to develop this network, participate by encouraging this cultural or community institution to have digital media, which will enable them to produce the arts, cultural, and language of their area in wider digital space. The digital literacy benefit of martial arts preparedness to fight country martial arts is an effort to foster a patriotic spirit and a native love for all Indonesians. Small products twist the brain and work out solutions by using social media to market their product. It's one of the evidence of economic defense, such as the example of buying and wearing batik, songket, ulos, woven fabric, and so forth, as well as accessories, jewelry, bags, shoes, and other items. They may be marketed or pushed through social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp group, and other social media. State civil apparatus role as an interagency of one nation. Access and not discriminate, freedom of expression and information, freedom to assemble to group and participation, privacy protection and data, education and literacy, child protection, right to get help against human rights abuses. In adopting smart ESN, Chitanggis 2 Center or clinics continues to work to improve digital literacy adaptation. Chitanggis Center has an ePUS application where employees at the Chitanggis clinic are given training for its use. Use of this application as one evidence that Chitanggis 2 clinics is trying to create a smart ESN that can follow digital literacy. Chitanggis 2 Center or clinics also has social media like Instagram, Facebook in order to socialize and inform and promote, as well as the promotion the associated thing in the Chitanggis 2 Center.